Hello everyone and welcome to Game 2 in a series between Marine King versus oGsMC here on Dual Site. Dual Site, one of those maps that I believe was part of the GSL and then got adopted into the MLG map pool as well. We'll see how this is all going to work out over here on the right hand side of the map. MC spawning as the red Protoss. Meanwhile, Marine King sticking true to his name, using Marines very effectively. Was now what I'm taking a 1-0 lead, using Marines even without stim to push into a Protoss base, Marine tanks, and just some medevacs. Marine King now setting up a front door here. Very, very smart choice, as there are only 2 spawning locations on this particular map, and with only 2 spawning locations, you really want to make sure that there is no proxy pylon, proxy gateway strategies that can normally come in from a Protoss player and put in a lot of harassment. So if you're unsure whether or not you want to build a front door as a Terran, build a front door if there's only 2 spawning locations or the rush distances are rather close. Barracks being built a little bit further away. Meanwhile, gateway on the front door here. We should be getting up an assimilator in just a moment. Most Protoss builds are very, very similar in terms of buildings, at least until after the cybernetics core. You're going to see the assimilator there. Really, where Protoss builds differ is going to be the use of that chrono boost energy. Whether you're going to be chrono boosting out more probes, or if you're going to be using that energy for, say, your cybernetics core and that warp gate tech. A probe able to slip by, knowing where exactly his opponent is. Most likely Marine King is going to stick to his same strategy once more. Build up a command, or get up to 16 SCVs and then upgrade to an orbital command, since there was that additional 5 seconds on the barracks. Build a supply depot off over here and then upgrade that there. So we'll see how that's going to all work as the probe gets in a little bit of harassment. The SCV being forced to pull away, and now runs back onto the inside, knowing that he has, he's just hiding over there. That's kind of cute. Hiding over there, knowing that the probe, if it tries to come back over there, the Marine would be able to get there in time. And MC did not fall for that bait at all, as he now just hides off over here and is just going to, I guess, patrol and see what's going to go on. He's not going to be able to get back up the ramp, and he's not going to be able to see if a command center is being built. So that's going to be important, as we now see double racks being built down as well. So very interesting that you saw MC, he saw that there was no gas. So there are only 2 options, either a very, very fast expansion with the command center down over here, or this incredible Marine play that we're going to see from Marine King, currently running on 3 Marines, and then going after the probe. The probe not going to be able to get up the ramp at all, as those Marines are just hugging that supply depot and really hate waterfalls on maps. Don't know why they do it. So the probe now going to perhaps try to sneak up. SCV needs to get away, do a little bit of scouting as well, figure out what's going on, as Zealots now being added. SCV, Marine King has scouted, sees that there is a nexus here. And now I believe MC should be following this up with additional gateways. Otherwise, he's going to have a very difficult time. 4 Marines now pushing out. This probe now pulling away. A warp gate tech is just getting started, and there is not very many production buildings, so MC is going to have a very difficult time trying to finish this off. Canceling that bunker there. Are more Marines going to be coming in? Yes, more Marines are filing through. You can see SCVs being pulled off the mineral line. Harvester count 21 compared to 24, as a command center is being built at the gold mineral patch. Very interesting, as the probes are just going to be able to see a large group of SCVs simply walk by, and now the Marines going to go after these units here. Has to be very careful with that range. Zealots also have a lot of hit points there, able to take down the Zealot very, very easily, and more units still pressuring on both sides. MC with superior range on those stalkers, trying to utilize that range to the best of his advantage there, and keeping the lower hit point stalker back. SCVs also in the front. SCVs taking some of that damage and does get destroyed, but there are a decent number of Marines and SCVs, as all the probes are hiding off in the back over here. Is it going to be enough? Now going even more damage onto those units. SCVs perhaps need an auto repair, as the probes going to be able to slip by. No, they are not. Oh, they are going to be able to slip by there, as the SCVs continuing that chase. The stalkers have to be very, very careful. The Marines are very far inside this base. They do not want to get too far in. Marines now going to jump inside that bunker and be in a very, very nice defensive posture, as the stalkers Not going to be able to do very much. SCVs are on auto repair there, and now a proxy pylon has been set up on the front door. Marine King does have a couple of Marines. The Marines, are they going to be able to shoot down the probe? No, and the probe is able to get inside. This is huge, as we now see double refineries coming in. The Marines are now coming back. Are they going to spot out this proxy pylon? It doesn't look like it. And now, the SCVs, Zealots, this bunker is going to fall very quickly. And Marine King's 5 Marine rush not going to be successful, as MC was able to follow it up with 2 rounds of Warp Gate and finish off all those Marines. So MC now slightly ahead, even though 25 to 24 workers. Probes now just hugging along that backside there. And still, this one proxy pylon is going to spell absolute havoc, as Marine now going to be able to train up a lot of Marines, as he does have double mules. Now trying to take down this probe over here. Marines, oh, the Marines do spot that there are Zealots over here. This is going to be very bad news, and now the Marines with the supply depots up is just going to try to fight back in this position. Nicely done, as the supply depot has been lowered. Is going to raise up in time. What did he do? He completely let his opponent in, and now going to try to do this little bit of a push here. SCV's chasing away. Supply depot is on fire, and this is going to be absolutely bad news here, as the Zealot is going to be able to finish off the depot, and that was just bad news. Marine King is in a lot of trouble. SCV's coming off the mineral line, going to be able to surround one of those stalkers, now being forced to push back, but another supply depot may go. No, it is not going to get taken down, as the Marines, without any bunker support, stalkers are now attempting to pull away, but round and round of units still coming in. Protoss being very aggressive with their units there. Another supply depot needs to be added. 400 minerals, and now Zealot simply able to run straight by, and with nothing here. That was just a rather miscalculated, misguided step. Those Marines or those Zealots are going to be able to push in now, and the Stalkers are going to continue to see up onto that high ground. SCVs need to come over and repair. It doesn't look like it will repair in time, just prolonging their life just a little bit. Marines now popping out once more, and both sides just pushing in continually. Harvester count 28 to 37. Zealots going to be able to finish off that last supply depot there. And now the barracks, if they need to be landed here and here to at least force the fight onto this one bunker. We are getting more barracks built in the back. The factory is going to lift off, and MC looks like he is just going to simply retreat. He believes he has a strong economic advantage, and I would say that he did if it wasn't for the mules down over here. You can see that there are mules there. There is a rich Vespene geyser. Marine King can get more gas. A lot of these SCVs are going to start to get diminishing returns, as mules are still being called from the sky. A factory now scouting out, and I believe MC's contain is going to fall in just a little bit, as we are now going into medevacs. Still no stim. So without stim, Marine King still able to fend off this attack somehow, and we'll see how this is all going to work, as there is still a sentry down over here. Has to be very, very careful, as a medevac am going to be added to this group, and it looks like Marine King going to go for a drop instead. There are Zealots back over here. Zealots very effective against Marines, especially if you can get the surround off. Refinery now being placed down over here. Income is 2,000, but there is a lot more gas for MC to play with and work around. Stim finally being researched. No combat shield yet, as supply depots are still being laid down. Level 1 weapons upgrade, and we'll see how exactly Marine King is going to respond, staying true to his name, training up 7 Marines at a time. This drop now coming in along the backside. There's not going to be much here. It looks as though, oh, he may have accidentally created a pocket for Marine King, and only one Zealot will be able to get through at a time if Marine can actually move forward and hold that position. Is he going to be able to do so? No, the Zealot's now coming in from behind, and now there's the hot pickup. Medevac able to just scoot away. I thought that pylon was up too high, and if it was, the Zealots would not have been able to run back over there, but the Stalkers now coming in, chasing after that Medevac. And where does the Marines? No, they still do not see this one pylon. What a horrible, horrible mistake there. An observer going to catch all of these Marines on the move, as a command center is being built off over here, and that factory is lifting off. The drop, once again, dropping in, and now pulling away. The Stalkers getting in some free hits on that Medevac, The medevac just outside of range, and still MC very, very lucky to hold on to that one particular pylon. He could warp in 2 to 3 rounds of units and from the warp gates and simply overrun the defenses. There is no front door wall. Marine King still supply blocked once more, as we now see a Zealot making its way down over here, wondering where the expansion is. The mineral patches are almost mined out, so that is huge, as the Marines still waiting for Stim. It looks like it is about 10 seconds away. Marines should wait 10 seconds. There you go. Level 1 weapons upgrade about to be completed as well. Marines going to engage, and now there's the force fields, and Marine getting the Stim just in time, but still having a very, very difficult time. He needs to be forced to pull back out once again. So many force fields, so much damage, and that was just bad news. The Stalkers with Guardian Shield. Guardian Shield, the absolute counter to Marines, plus armor. And those Stalkers, even though they have no additional armor upgrades, those Guardian Shields giving them 3 armor when attacking the hit points, and then 2 armor when attacking the shields against those Marines. Very, very important. Those sentries so powerful early on for offense and defense, and the Stalkers even have blink to boot, and chasing down and destroying all of those fleeing units. Marine King just not in the right position at the right time. He definitely needed some ghosts in that engagement. Not good news at all, as now the proxy pylon over here, MC is going to lose all of this here. SCV's trying to fight back. The orbital command should lift off now. Not quite sure what's going on. Perhaps lift off and land over here. It's not going to be able to lift off in time. Down it goes with 77 energy. And I think this is the beginning of the end. MC just played brilliantly, but Marine does have a group of Marines inside the main base here. Worker kill count 36 compared to 12. Marine King now trying to run away with those Stalkers, unable to do so, as we are now going to have the Marines trying to take down even more probes. The probes are just transferred to the main base, and Marine King now flying over with this one orbital command should spot this pylon and clean it up. This proxy pylon gonna get destroyed, but news still not very good at all. 6 Marines being trained at a time, but those Guardian Shields from those sentries really taking their toll, especially now that MC does have level 1 armor upgrades and can get level 2 armor upgrades as well with the help of the Twilight Council. MC just playing very, very conservatively so far. Marines now going to go ahead and stim. Stalkers are blinking back. More force fields coming back in once again. The Marines are trying to fend off this attack, going after those sentries with the Guardian Shield. It looks like they will get taken down. So it is going to be Marines against Stalkers, and the Stalkers with Blink able to perhaps retreat just a little bit more, and now able to pull all the way back home, and now doing a little bit of Blink micro, but more Zealots coming in from behind, and the Zealots really causing problems, as Zealots are so durable with hit points, getting inside that melee range. And now Marine King once again needs to retreat. It is 2 bases to 3. The Marines all running away once again. Is it going to be enough as the Stalkers finish them off? Now, Marine King, his options are pretty limited. 1 Marine being left down here. Is he going to be able to even take down a probe? Yes, 1 probe. Perhaps 2 probes. Yes, a second probe is taken down, and now going to focus on a couple of Zealots, but not much else. This medevac now pulling away, an observer going to do a little bit of scouting, a Stalker making sure that this expansion is not taken, as Marine King still behind in total worker count, 26 compared to 46. There are 3 mules in play, and now that we are seeing Psystorm with Templar Archives in the near future, I believe this Marine Marauder army is just going to start to fall apart. Still no Ghost Academy from Marine King. He still has a lot of gas that he's sitting on, 300 gas with almost no minerals, so not quite sure what he plans on doing there. He needs to transfer more SCVs to the low ground, and now I believe is he bringing in SCVs? Yes, he knows that this is pretty much all in. He needs to engage now, but this is going to be spotted. The Stalkers are going to be able to cut down some of those medevacs just in time. 1 medevac now down. High Templars now merging into Archons. No Psystorm yet. The Marines, sentries do have some force fields in them and a Guardian Shield. The Marauders are trying to pull away. Medevac's able to pull back, and if Marine is able to keep alive these medevacs, this is going to be important, and now able to save all of his units based upon very, very fancy flying as the Marines and the Marauders, both sides engaging once again. Probes coming off the mineral line. SCVs are getting taken down as well. But another round of units still coming in. The reinforcements coming in still. And Marine King with another group of Marines may be able to tip the scales. No, there is an Immortal in this group. And those Marauders are going to get cleaned up, taking a lot of damage. The Medivacs simply can't heal these units fast enough. And oGsMC now blinking in with those Stalkers, able to cut down some of these Marauders and these Marines as the units continue to retreat. They need to regroup here. The Marines now backing off. Another Medivac getting shot down. Another one getting shot down. And now that Archon with 43 splash damage against Bio, able to just chase down and deal so much damage. Archon is down to 88 shields. It should start to recharge in just a moment. But just going to let MC sit on his economic advantage, knowing that he has 48 probes compared to 18 after that almost all-in play by Marine King. Still, no additional refineries being brought in. Production tab shows Marauders and Marines double training SCVs, but Marine King really needs to figure out how to take another base if he really wants to go anywhere in this particular matchup. More chrono boosting going down. Assimilator, more very, very low mineral count here. MC should be attempting to take down this mineral patch as well, as all he would really need to do is hold this one tower and be able to spot a large amount of the map. And there you go, MC now prepping a probe to come in here. Now, Marines and Marauders are going to be trying to repeat and rinse and try this strategy one more time, but this is still not going to work out well. Archons dealing 43 damage. They are massive, and now in comes the battle. The Marines are stimmed, and now the Marauders are focusing down on those Archons. Those Archons do move fairly quickly, able to move across the map and just chasing after all of those units there. The Archons continuing this push. The Marauders now trying to retreat, but it looks like the stim has ended for them, and those Archons now moving in, and there is the GG. So Marine King losing game 2 in this best of 3 matchup. Stay tuned for game 3.